I'd like to give a warm welcome to renewable energy expert and professor Kimberly Francis. Good morning, Kimberly, and welcome to the Good Morning Breakfast Show on 98.2 FM with me, Keith Turner.
Good morning, Keith. It's a pleasure to be here in the studio.
This morning, I'd like to discuss the use of renewable energy sources and what we can do in our area to cut down on using fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas. What do you think?
I strongly believe that it's better to use renewable energy sources than non-renewable energy sources such as fossil fuels, which release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and contribute to global warming. Using renewable energy sources instead helps protect the environment and save money.
I don't agree with you about saving money. For instance, I think it's very expensive to install solar panels on the roof of your house.
Well, yes, you're right about that, but you'll immediately start paying less for electricity, and so I think that in the long term you'll save money. However, if you can't install a solar panel on your roof, then there are other renewable energy sources that your area can use. For example, wind power or tidal power. In fact, it seems to me that this town is the perfect place to build a wind farm and make the most of the windy weather.
I agree with you to some extent. A wind farm in this town would generate a lot of electricity. Although, in my opinion, these wind turbines spoil the beautiful landscape and can be dangerous for birds.
In my opinion, it would be better for this town to build a dam so that they can use hydroelectric power to generate electricity for people's homes.
Yes, that's a great idea. A dam would help prevent the town from flooding in the springtime too. We've also got quite a lot of traffic here. I think if we started using biofuels in our vehicles, we would be helping the environment a lot.
Actually, not as much as some people think. Of course, they produce less harmful chemicals than regular petrol and diesel, but they actually release a similar amount of carbon dioxide.
But aren't they supposed to be good for the environment? To my mind, biofuels have much less impact on air pollution than regular fuels.
I agree with you on that. They are carbon neutral, which means that they don't add to the total amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This is because the plants that they are made from take carbon dioxide out of the air as they grow and release it again when they are burnt. However, some people think that it uses land that should be used for food, not to mention the chemical pesticides and fertilizers used to grow the crops, and the energy spent on farming and processing them to create fuel. I think it's difficult to say whether biofuels are good for the environment overall or not.
You're right, I hadn't thought of that. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thanks for having me.